Yes, hello. Hello, everybody. I took them outside and I played with them for about 15 minutes, so they should be chill while we watch the episode. It's been 84 years. Yeah, it's been a while. Finals were kicking my ass. Let's ignore the fact that it took me a little while to do it and celebrate that I remembered to do it at all. Oh, there they are. Come on, guys. You were quiet for hours before this. Why are you barking now? But no, yeah, it's the curse. So we're gonna watch the 4th episode. There might be a lot of pausing to prevent dogs from covering all the audio, but sometimes that's just how it goes. So how are all you guys doing? I've been being excited because it just got announced that there's going to be a new season of Vox Machina this fall, so I'm excited about that. And play with you, but only if you're going to be quiet about it. Yeah, season 3 is coming out in the fall, and I'm very excited. I know some of the stuff that should be happening this season, and it's going to be awesome. You have Cat. Can we see Cat? Can we see photo of Cat? We need to see Cat. Also, for Kaya, whenever she listens to this, there's Cat. If there are any woofs in the background, it would be hilarious if just in the corner there was a tiny little picture of Zwei. That would be hilarious. Oh, it's Cat. Hello, Cat. Oh my gosh, 5% face reveal. Holy crap. This is revolutionary. To be fair, it's a relatively easy guess to guess that someone has brown hair. The majority of humanity has brown hair. Yeah, exactly. Just statistically throwing a dart at a board, you'll most likely hit brown hair. That's like saying, oh, I have brown eyes. Yeah, so does most of humanity. Exactly. Oh, aren't you fancy? Oh, they do the change color. Good morning, humanoids. Fellow humans. I'll remind you if no one else does, because I love seeing the stuff that happens in here. I heard that there's a Minecraft server. I wish I could play, but the game makes me so incredibly motion sick. I've been seeing pictures of what people have built. It looks very cool. Yeah, Spectre, that's pretty freaking average. What's the bit in the Lego movie? They're trying to identify Emmett, but it's like, we can't find him. He's so generic. He matches every other face in our database. Oh, that sucks, Saffron. I don't have a Microsoft account or Minecraft account. It sucks because I feel like I would really enjoy the game. I can't play it. No, we have to be done playing. I have to stream. I can't keep throwing the ball for you the entire time. Oh no, Terraria has the same aesthetic, but it's like way more difficult. It's not Minecraft, but 2D. It's so much more difficult. Oh, I agree, it's great, but it is not the same game. It does not have the same difficulty level. I think Minecraft should have a wall of flesh. Should be in the nether. Look, I'm not saying Terraria is bad. I'm saying it's not as easy or simple as Minecraft, which is fine. It wasn't designed to be that way. She's sulking that I'm not throwing the ball for her, and now she's just holding it on the other side of the room and glaring at me. Oh, okay. Different games are different. Wild. I know, it's incredible. See, I would, but I don't know how she'll react to it, because she barks at most animals that are on screen, and I'm not sure if she'll think that Grimm are animals, and I don't know what's going to be in this episode. So just to be careful, I'm not going to do it. Oh, one of them is labeled wrong? I will tell Pilot about that, and she will fix it. Oh, is today's episode a good one? Well, yeah, they're all good ones, but no, they wouldn't. I'm pretty easy to please, though. I like content. That was the most generic thing I think I've ever said. I like content. Wow. I prefer non-content myself. It is the most 4 of episodes. Well, I'm excited for it in that case. Get episode 4 of every other season. Well, I think everyone who's going to be here is probably here, so is everyone ready to go? Once again, we might be pausing a lot this episode. Just to prevent, in case the dogs start going crazy, we might be pausing a lot. This intro is still just completely a bop. The animation is fairly generic, but I really like this song. Oh, baby boy. Look, we've talked about the Homestuck folder. We don't need to bring it up again. We've talked at length. We've talked at length about the Homestuck folder. We don't need to continue. Oh yeah, Volume 2 is by far my favorite song. No, it's okay. It's just... I think it's been brought up every stream. The Homestuck folder. Yes, I'm aware of Octopimp. I've watched the Homestuck videos. Oh. I think I know why this episode is people's favorites. Because if we're starting with Yang, then she's gonna be meeting Raven this episode, isn't she? Like actually meeting her instead of getting rescued while half unconscious on a train.
I'll go up ahead and make sure the coast is clear.
Still can't get over that this guy's name is Shady Man. Oh yeah, I should have guessed this would be a Yang episode. It's called Lighting the Fire. Hello, Buppus. It's okay. Oh, blocking it with the arm. That's cool.
I can't believe you were dumb enough to let me lead you here.
Were there people... does he have silver eyes?
Is this everyone?
Or are they just gray eyes? It's hard to tell the difference between the two of them.
Yes, little lady. This is it. Well, unless you...
Yeah, I can't imagine they would give this rando silver eyes. But no.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
That way.
Do they have more glint in them? They've got more eye glinties?
Thanks.
Now to pay me back for this tooth, we're gonna take your bike. And you're gonna take your lumps.
I can't wait to watch Yang beat up all these random bandits. Did you guys really think she was some rando? You don't just seek out the queen of the bandits if you aren't prepared to fight your way out of it.
All right.
I don't know why I'm surprised that her weapons are built into the arm. I know, the tiny gun is great. I love how bored she looks while fighting them. It's like, you guys aren't even a challenge to me. Yeah, that didn't scare her, it just made her more angry. I always love it when she uses her weapons to change her momentum and her direction. I don't like Bakugo as a character, but it's such a clever use, and it always reminds me of him.
Who are you? It doesn't even matter. When Raven finds out what you did, you're dead.
Possibly, but I doubt it. I'm her daughter, after all.
Yeah, sorry, dude, you're fucked.
I'm dead.
Yeah, exactly. She's not the one who's fucked in this scenario, it's you. No, the babies are fighting! Oh yeah, training.
Man, Oz wasn't kidding. Oscar's picking up on this stuff fast.
This is like watching two puppies fight.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
Oscar, you are so brave if you think that little punch to the face actually hurt her.
You forgot to engage your aura again.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because this method makes you less likely to forget.
Sometimes pain is the best
Mind
teacher.
if I
Dogs!
finish
Basil! Come here. Stop barking out the window at the guy mowing his lawn. He's allowed to mow his lawn. Yes, hello. It's okay. I don't know, Dog has a point. Dog is upset that the babies are fighting. You've been fighting? I can sell. I love how for hours you guys were just sitting on couches, asleep, and now as soon as I start streaming, you're like, no, I have to play ball with you, or I will simply shrivel into sad dust. And I have to bark at the man mowing his lawn across the road, or I will shrivel into sad dust. Charlie, you're the only one being good. You're just resting over there. But you two are being too much right now. I need to watch this episode. I need to see what happens in the inevitable confrontation between Raven and Yang. I need to see what happens in the baby fight. The baby fight that isn't even a fight. It's just sparring. They're not actually fighting. Yeah, Charlie's being a good boy. He's just sitting over there. He's being good. Okay, let's continue. Play.
Not bad, Miss Rose. But Oscar doesn't have the years of training that you do. Or I do.
Sean and Nora are like, oh shit.
Take a break.
Nope, you've got to learn too, Ruby, and Oscar isn't an applicable person to train against. Dang, you really do suck at hand-to-hand.
Ouch.
The next time you want to throw a left cross, remember to push off with the appropriate foot. And as always, do be aware of any openings.
Got it. Huh? Hey, are you okay?
How is this so exhausting?
Your body isn't used to this kind of training.
Yeah, you've never done this before.
Not to mention generating a defensive aura on your own. It takes intense concentration at first, but in time it will become second nature, allowing you to deflect attacks and gradually heal your wounds. After that, you can begin focusing on your semblance, whatever that may be.
Semblance.
You know, like your very own superpower.
Whoever is
Everybody's that
animating
way.
Nora's
It's just
skirt
a
this
matter
season
of
is doing a
finding it
great
and
job.
mastering
It actually has
RWBY moves super
physics
fast.
instead of just being
stronger.
static.
Ben can mask emotions, and John can.
He hasn't figured it out yet.
I can't do anything.
John's like you.
Don't you dare say you can't do anything. You have
He
skills
hasn't
other
found his
than
semblance yet,
having
but
a
we all know
other
he
than
will.
a semblance, boy.
And you will too.
Man, the
We
height
all just
difference.
have to
Jesus
try and help
Christ.
each other get stronger.
Hello, Kaya.
A common philosophy is that a warrior's semblance is a part of who they are. Some say your personality and character
my boy
can
needs to
define
calm
your
down.
semblance, while some claim that it's the other way around. Of course, there are still many who don't see a connection at all.
And those people are
It's hard to
wrong.
know
It's
when
clearly
you know
connected.
Sometimes. Ren's semblance was unlocked from intense stress. And mine kicked in during training one day.
What about you?
Oh, struck by lightning, didn't die. Crazy Thursday.
Wait, she was just straight up
just don't
struck by
understand what's wrong
lightning?
with her.
Hold on. Nora was just straight up struck by lightning and that unlocked her semblance? Nora, I don't know why I'm mad at Nora. She had no control over it. I can only imagine how much that freaked out Ren, though. Oh yeah, Thursday. Ha, that's clever. But it's interesting that not all semblances are unlocked the same way. Like how Ren's was obviously unlocked because he needed it to survive. Ruby's was just, she trained for a while, she trained for a long time, and eventually her body was ready to continue to unlock her semblance. So some of them unlock when you need them, and some of them just happen eventually. That's interesting to think of. Ren freaks out. It doesn't happen very often. But like when Nora is hurt or any of his friends are hurt, he does freak out. He's a person. He needs to allow himself to feel things more, is what I think. I think he has relied on his semblance too much to not feel things that are painful because for a long time he wasn't ready to feel them. But now he is, and he's still not feeling them. So I think he needs to not use his semblance as much. Yeah, exactly. I don't think it was her first time doing it. because Yang didn't freak out immediately. She was just like, you can't run away from all your problems. So clearly Yang has seen her do this more than once. That was not the first time. Otherwise Yang would have had a bigger reaction to it. That would be funny. Just, no, do not touch my hair, bursts into flames. No one is safe. But yeah, let's continue. But once again, when they mentioned semblances the first time, I was like, oh, well, Jean's definitely going to get his semblance this season. And again, they're bringing it up again and pointing out that Jean doesn't have his. So he's definitely going to unlock it by the end of the season. But because I went into that a lot in a previous episode, I'm not going to go into it again. So let's play.
I train, I meditate.
Don't worry, Mr. Ark. Your journey is far from over. And the same might be said for all of you. Unlocking your semblance isn't the end. It can still grow and evolve. Providing you're willing to put in the work, who knows what could happen.
Then let's get back to it.
I always forget that semblances aren't the end of the journey. They can change and become stronger in different ways. Dang, you really kicked the crap out of them. I know, everyone, they're all bruised to hell. Hi, Bernal. Oh man, they're gonna have their meeting again. Right in front of Yang meeting Raven again. Everything is gonna happen right now, isn't it? Tiny little knight. I like that she can change the size of the knight. It doesn't have to be huge. It can be a little guy. Vernal's look when Yang was walking through makes me think that maybe she, at the very least, actually knows who Yang is, even if the rest of Raven's lackeys don't. I like Raven's little pause, like she wasn't expecting
Mom.
this.
Yang.
Yeah, well, people are idiots.
So, after all this time, you finally decided to visit me.
Bitch. I hate that they stand the same way.
Know that I searched for you. I spent years looking for you.
And you found me. You were patient, determined, and strong enough to make your dream a reality. Well done, Yang. But did you have to be so rough with my men?
I didn't want a fight. They started it.
Well, you certainly finished it. Right. I'm sure this is all very overwhelming, but I must admit that you've proven yourself. So any questions you have, I'll be happy to answer. You can stay with us tonight. I'll even have the cooks whip up something for you.
That's not why I'm here.
Oh, so she's not
What
here
was
for
that?
answers.
I'm not here for you.
And Raven is not
Ruby
happy
is
that
somewhere
Yang
in
is not
Mistral.
here for her.
She's with Crow and she's going to need my help. I just need you to take me to her.
Hey.
And why would I do that?
So she is more focused
Because we're
on
family.
Ruby than she is on Raven.
Family. Only coming around when they need
That's called
something.
character consistency right here.
I have to
I
say
knew
I'm
I knew I was right to be
After
confused.
all, you found me, didn't you? Why not take that drive and use it to find your little sister if she really means that much to you?
Because you're going to save
Raven,
me
I don't
time.
think you get to be bitter.
heading to Mistral,
Miss, I
but
abandoned
there's
my
no
daughter
guarantee
for
she's made it there.
16 years.
Looking for her in
or
Anima
more.
could take ages. But Dad told me how your semblance works. You could bond to certain people. And when you do, you could create a portal that takes you straight to them. You've got one for Dad, one for me, and you've got one for Crow. He promised me he'd watch out for Ruby before he left. And I trust him. So, make a portal to my uncle and sister, and I'll be on my way.
And I trust him. Not like you. I don't trust you. That went unspoken, but it was the loudest unspoken thing I've ever seen. Yeah, honestly. Oh, I'm not saying Raven's a good parent. She's a terrible parent, and objectively a terrible person. but she's a great character. God, she sucks. God, she's terrible. And it's the fact that I like, now that we know how Raven's semblance works, that she can teleport to people she cares about, presumably at any time that she wants. That explains how she was able to teleport to Yang and know exactly where she is, because she has a bond with Yang, and with Tai, and with Crow. So to leave the train, I wonder who she portaled to. If it was Tai or Crow, or it was someone else that she has a bond with. Yeah, it's a metaphorical bond more than anything else. But now that I'm thinking about that, I like the difference between the twins' semblances, between Raven's and Crow's. Raven's semblance is literally bonding her to the people she cares about, quotes. Well, it's not quotes. She does care about them. She just isn't allowing herself to care about them. But despite being able to teleport to them at any time, she doesn't. Whereas Crow has a semblance that'll hurt anyone that he's nearby, including the people he cares about, but he sticks around. Which is really just the biggest way to show it's not a semblance that makes you a good person, it's the choices you make with it. Showing that, Raven, you still suck. You deeply suck. Crow, you don't get to call out Blake for being the emo one when your sister is like this. When you are the way that you are, Crow, you don't get to call anyone out for being the emo one. And I do love, someone pointed it out, I do love that Raven clearly had this whole speech planned out for when Yang finally showed up. And Yang's just like, no, I don't care about that. I didn't come here for you at all. You are trivial in this regard. I came here because you are the fastest way to get to RWBY, and she is the one that I care about. And that's just so good, because this whole time, when Yang has been going to find Raven, I've been like, but why? From a meta point, sure, it makes sense that this is probably going to be the only point in the story that she can go find Raven, but from a character point, she so clearly cares about RWBY more than she cares about Raven. And it feels so good to be vindicated. To be like, yes, she does care about RWBY more. She's only going to find Raven because it's the fastest way to get to RWBY. That's so vindicating. But, yeah, let's continue.
You know, it takes real strength to march in here and demand such a favor of me. I've got to say, I'm impressed. It's very noble to want to help out your sister. But if she's with Crow, then she's already a lost cause.
What does that mean?
You don't want to get mixed up in all of that, Yang. Ozpin is not the man you think he is.
And yet,
Crow is a fool for
even if she
trusting
doesn't
him.
want to get mixed up with
I
it,
would know.
if
I
RWBY is
trusted
mixed
him
up with
once
it,
too.
Yang is
I
not
don't
going to
care what you
hesitate. I hate
Your
that Vernal
choice
has
is your own.
Weiss's sword.
All
I hate him so
suggesting
much.
is that instead of getting wrapped up in something too big for you, for any of us, that maybe you take a moment to wonder if you're already where you belong.
Save your breath. You could spout off whatever you want, but nothing is going to keep me from my sister.
Oh, aren't you stubborn?
I get it from my mom.
I wonder how many of the bandits are learning for the first time
Well, if
that
that's
Raven
how you feel,
has a daughter.
Then it sounds like we're done here. Take her away.
Yang's like, well then fine. I'll fight all— oh shit! Oh shit! Dog! Fuck! Yeah, this is good enough. Yeah, this is close enough. Okay, cool. The dog dropped the tennis ball on top of the
that's how you
keyboard,
feel,
which
then it
closed
sounds like
the
we're
stream.
Take her away.
This isn't a new kind of live blog curse. This is a continuation.
Did you not hear me? I said, send me to Crow, damn it!
That's enough! You watch your mouth in front of our leader!
Make me.
I fucking knew she was gonna say that. Oh, look, it's Weiss!
Yang? Weiss? All right, well, subtlety is out.
No more fucking subtle. And they're all like, could she do that the whole time? And the answer is yes, she could do that the whole time.
What is that? Don't worry.
Oh yeah,
about it. What are you doing
nobody
here?
knows that Weiss can
Well,
summon it
that's
yet,
my mom,
even
and she
though
could
it's
take
been
us
a
to
whole
RWBY.
season of this shit for us.
Your mom kidnapped me? You kidnapped her?
Okay, that exchange is pretty good.
Enough!
Thank you. If you people don't keep it together, this place will be crawling with
Oh, the
RWBY.
maiden powers, that's right.
Give the girl her weapon back.
I'm still not sure if you have it. It seems too obvious.
You two, in my tent. Now.
Why?
If you're really going after your sister, then you need to know the truth.
Or at least your version of the truth. Your incredibly bitter and influenced version of the truth.
Sorry about
Look, just because it happened, the powers happened on screen, I didn't see her use them.
I missed you too.
Aww, Weiss is so short. I'm gonna go back and look at the shot of Vernal, quote unquote, using the powers.
Enough!
Yeah, she didn't use them on screen. The powers just happened, and she's standing there. But notably, we did not see her use them. I do love... Let's go back to the credits. I do love the hug. It was very cute. I love that it shows how Weiss has developed, that she immediately went and hugged Yang upon seeing her again. That the frozen heart and all that jazz, the Ice Queen, blah, blah, blah. She's melted. She's warmer now because she knows what she had and she lost it for a little while. Yeah, exactly. And she was with everyone else, at least got to be with people they care about, and she was trapped with Jacques and Klein. We can't forget about him. He's a sweetheart, but still, I love Weiss's character development. It's so good. And I love how much taller Yang is than Weiss, so Weiss is barely touching the ground in the hug. It's good. Whitley is not a positive or negative influence. Whitley was there. That is the most that can be said about him. He is basically, at this point, he's basically a puppet. Yeah. He's just basically doing whatever Jacques wants out of fear of what his father will do. Atlas does love its puppets. May Penny rest in peace. I miss her. Yeah, exactly. He is suffering from the terrible disease known as being 14. No one's a nice person when they're 14. You can say that, but where is the evidence? Oscar is an outlier and should not be counted in this case study. Oscar is a perfect little coffee bean, and he can't be included in the study because he is an outlier. So what you're saying is you're a Grimm. That's what you're saying. You crawled fully formed from the ooze. You're a creature of Grimm. Bleed the fifth. Suspicious. To get in character, her VA sings Careless Whisper? I would pay so much money to see that happen. I would pay so much money to watch that. Again, another hint at the semblances. It's going to be related to Jean's character somehow, but there's so much going on with him at the moment that I don't have a way to guess what it could be. Again, also because semblances can be fucking anything. So I'm not gonna get into that because I've talked about it before. I love the brief hint of oncoming conversations between Yang and Raven. Their dynamic is great in that it is terrible. Raven continues to be a terrible person, and a terrible mother, and a terrible person. And it is so horribly in character that she got all pissy when Yang was like, no, actually, I don't want to see you. Raven, you don't get to be mad about her not wanting to see you. You abandoned her. This is what you get. I'm excited for the next episode now, actually, because it's going to have even more conversation between the two of them. It's so nice to see you, says a woman who's attempted 7 different strategies to avoid seeing you. Yeah, exactly. I hate that Raven was like, no, you have to earn the right to see me. You're her freaking mother. She doesn't have to earn the right to do anything. Yang looked for her for so long, but only finally found Raven when she wasn't going to find Raven. That's a nice touch. That's cool. And Weiss is also there. She finally escaped from the cage. That's good. And I love that Yang is like, hold on, what the shit is this giant spectral knight thing you have? And Weiss just like, we don't have time to cover that. We'll talk about it later. Yeah, she hasn't changed clothes in days. Someone get Weiss some actual food and a bath. Yeah, Raven is... I agree. Raven is bad, but she is not in the top 10 of worst parents in fiction. She didn't take her child and her family dog and turn them into a horrible monster that was forced to live in agony forever. She didn't do that. Like, she doesn't get to be in the top 10 of worst parents. There are some bad parents in fiction. It's hard to compare what is a worse thing because everyone's trauma is different, but like, objectively, Raven is not the worst parent in fiction and is not even close to being at the top 10 of worst parents in fiction when there are parents who have like actively murdered their children. Being in the list of bad parents would mean she would have had to parent at some point. Yeah, get her ass. Let's do the ship game, and then you can show me all the things you wanted to show me in the gap since the last episode. How could I ruin your childhood? I wasn't in it. That's from Dragon Ball Z Abridged, isn't it? Doesn't Vegeta say that? Okay. New ship got added to the ship game. Bonus ship. Greased lightning. Well, that's gotta be... I know you say you usually include people who are in the episode, but like, that has to be Pyrrha and Nora, doesn't it? Greased lightning. Yeah, Pyrrha isn't in this episode and hasn't been in the show since the end of Volume 3, cry. But, oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure the ones between the main characters have multiple names, which doesn't help with organization, but what are you gonna do? She's here in Ruby's lungs. Volume 4, Chapter 2. I forgot about that. Owie. Oh, do they leave a space for her? When the 3 of them are standing, do they leave a space for her in the lineup? Oh, why? That's not necessary. Ow. They don't have to do that. That's not necessary. Well, I'll be on the lookout for it now. And it's gonna hurt every time I notice it. Yeah, her armor is in every episode now, because it's in Jean's weapon and armor and shield and everything. I love it when the characters stand in height order, or when I notice them standing in team order. Yeah, RWBY certainly is good at that. So that's the ship. Greased Lightning, Pyrrha and Nora. That is a clever name. I love a reference to a play with a song that is a bop, even if the play itself is about questionable things. What are the other things that you guys wanted to show me? An art book came out. That's pretty cool. I think you showed me some of that. Some of the art book stuff. Oh, there are more pictures now. Because I remember you showed me some of this, oh, look at him. Little baby boy. Man, that one on the right looks a lot like Oscar. It's gotta be said. I love his scarf, though. It's very cute. He should have freckles in the show. My baby boy. He looks so cute. Well, I bet it was freaking talked about. The resemblance is uncanny. I bet it's been a headache. Do people... I'm aware that there's a good part of the fandom that thinks that Jean should be more of a main character than he is, even though he is objectively a main character. But, like, were people saying that he should be the host for Ozpin instead of Oscar. God, but why? That wouldn't add anything to the story. He's not a self-insert. Oscar isn't a wasted character. He's a set of fresh eyes on a situation that needs fresh eyes on it. That's what he brings to the story. It's not proof of shit. It's proof that those colors go well together, if it's proof of anything. That's true. No facts were involved in the arguments, I expect. But I'm not gonna have time to get into why the RWBY writers are clearly not incompetent hacks, just because they clearly aren't. Mostly because there's no point in arguing with people who say that, because they just aren't going to be convinced no matter what you say. Exactly. So, I'm gonna go back up and look at, because I was busy getting upset, but I saw Roman. I remember, I think I saw him. Pilot might have shown me him. He's like the Artful Dodger. He's from Oliver Twist now. Oh yeah, he is supposed to be based on Lampwick, isn't he? I always forget about that, because the version that we got in canon is so Clockwork Orange coded that I always forget he's supposed to be Lampwick. Someone made a mascot. Why is it a wither? Why is it a Minecraft wither? Oh, because of the acronym. Oh, that's clever. I like that one of the heads is the Apollo's dodgeball and the body is Spurb. Because the fact that the other head is the dodgeball implies that fate and prophecy has as much control on the live watch that the actual people do. See, I think the best part of the shit-eating grin is that most people think that her icon is Jean because of how much she loves Jean, but it's not. It's Yang. He doesn't have a funny face. No one be mean to my boy. He looks perfectly average. I know what the dodgeball represents. I'm not that internet illiterate. Man, this fandom really has low standards if being able to pick up basic foreshadowing is celebrated this much. Man, I feel so sorry for you guys. I feel so sorry for you guys. That one wasn't even a prediction. That one was just the rendering style looked strange, and it made it look like her arm was missing. That wasn't a prediction at all. Piss on the poor fandom, haha. I've mentioned it before, but I pick up a lot from things because I read so much into things that happen. I do this with all kinds of shows and movies that I watch. But luckily, I'm not one of those people that if I see things coming, I get pissed when they happen. I just am happy that they were foreshadowed correctly. I remember when it happened. My emotions. I wasn't happy. Oh, which social medias RWBY characters use? The only one I am certain about is that Pyrrha uses or used Facebook. She was one of the people who sends wholesome memes to people and doesn't really understand what acronyms mean. She would send LOL to people and think it means lots of love. She just doesn't get it. She means well, but she just doesn't get it. She is absolutely a wholesome Facebook grandma. Bear uses Ouija. Don't you even? Blake definitely has an AO3. Nora has an Instagram, but she's not one of those people that's like an Instagram influencer. She's one of the people who makes like absolutely unhinged reels where she's like reacting to alarm sounds. Yeah, Nora does challenge videos. She does all of that shit. No, that's Ren. What are you talking about? Ren makes the horrifying cooking videos. He's that guy. Oh, the gross ones. I thought it was just the ones that are old. Ren makes the ones that are like, I was given this recipe from 1932 and I'm going to cook it. It calls for flour and lard, and that's it. That's all that's in this recipe. Yeah, he's that guy. Nora's the one that makes the crazy drinks in the bathtubs, where it's like, I'm gonna pour 7 gallons of vodka into this while grinning maniacally at the camera the whole time. I love Dylan B. Hollis. I love watching his videos. You know the guy I'm talking about, right? The guy who makes absolutely unhinged cocktails? Jacques would be he is the Elon Musk in this universe, isn't he? Except, begrudgingly, I have to admit, Jacques is actually a good businessman. He's a terrible person, but he's objectively a good businessman. And it sucks to say that, but it's true. Oh, Call of Duty Yowie blog, you don't get to call anyone out, bitch. I will watch the Dylan B. Hollis cooking thing later. Yeah, Jacques is Jacques is Amazon. He's not Elon Musk. He's a terrible business owner who is good at owning a business and is a terrible person. But I will watch that cooking video after Volume 8 in 7 years when I finally get to Volume 8. I have to assume that other billionaires' children hate him. They just don't do it as hate them. You know? Like, Elon Musk can't be the only person whose children hate them and is a rich person. I expect that Venn diagram is more of a circle. We're all gonna be here. I'm gonna be here watching the show like, hey there, kiddies! I'm gonna start Volume 8, Episode 1. How's it going? Today, Ruby is going to fall down a large hole for 7 years, and that's the whole episode. It's an episode where Ruby just falls down a hole for 20 minutes. Oh, I burned Kazoo cover. I love the the edit with the MLG sunglasses. Yeah, they're getting beamed directly into your brains. Hello, it's me, old watcher from the future, when I'm watching Volume 8. It's actually only in 1 year, but my lungs have deteriorated. I'm watching Volume 8 next year, but my lungs have deteriorated so much from streaming that I sound like this now. Yes, hello, dogs. Yeah, I went to the beach where you get old. It made me old. I went to the beach. It made me, yeah, I ate. That's what this, look, we're coming up to the American election cycle. It's gonna feel like it's gonna take 50 years. That's just what's gonna happen in the fall. I'm not excited for November. Normally I am, because I like November. I like fall, but not during an election year. I don't want to vote for either of these people. They both suck. They both suck shit and I hate them. Oh, another Unhinged Media event. Remember the 5th of November. Of course it is! Of course it's November. We're gonna get Super Destial, Super Hulak, Putin election again. It's coming back, baby! I think that Volume 10 of RWBY should also come out November 5th, just to make everything happen. Yeah, we were promised. But, yeah. Was there anything else you guys wanted to show me? Okay, well, in that case, I'm gonna... Volume 5, Chapter 5. I can show you that. No, I can't. I have to watch these dogs. They need to go outside and get played with. But I'll be back next week. I know you're just teasing. I get it. I'm gonna see you guys next week. There's no more songs to listen to until the end of this volume. So there's no more thing for the Patreon, but everyone who is supported on Patreon, thank you. It really does help me keep doing this. So, yeah. Until next year. Don't! I've been doing better since we've been doing them live. We've had at least a stream a month, which is much better than it was before. So yeah, I'll be back next Saturday with another episode which will include Yang and Raven talking at length, which is going to be difficult for everyone involved. And Weiss is also going to be in the room. Definitely not getting some trauma flashbacks to the horrible daughter-parent relationship. It's gonna be fine. But, yeah, I'll be back next Saturday. Until then, bye-bye.